Hey guys, happy holidays from R&D Garage. I hope you guys are having the most fantastic holiday season ever. I am grateful for every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching, for commenting, for sharing my videos, for liking them. You guys are seriously the best. Okay, so it is actually Christmas Day today. I'm not leaving you high and dry. I am working on my girl, the S2K today. So she's been my daily for, I want to say, almost the past year. I've driven her a lot, and as of now, she sounds a little sluggish when I start her. It almost sounds like she doesn't really want to start. And so I'm going to be investigating today whether it's the starter or perhaps a leaky injector. So let's get going. Okay, so this is probably going to be a two-parter series. We already have a Denso remanufactured starter in stock. We bought it a few months ago knowing it's probably going to need one eventually. We didn't know it was going to need one potentially so soon. So today we're not actually going to be throwing this in. We're going to be kind of pulling out the injectors and seeing what's going on there first. So let's get to it. Okay, so the injectors are located right under this plastic cap. And so that's what we're gonna kind of take off right now. And instead of taking off completely, we're just gonna kind of loosen it up so we don't have to take off all the hoses, bend it back, and take out the injectors. Okay, quick word about the injectors. We're actually, as long as we're taking them out, we are going to be sending them to a place called RC Engineering down in SoCal. Now, RC is awesome. They will take them, they will test them, clean them out, do even a flow test to make sure that every single one is fine, and then send it back. And luckily, since we're in another part of California, if we send it priority ship, it'll be back in a couple of days. Now, that's cool in itself. Obviously, we're not hurting for this car. It's a little too cold to be driving it right now, and I know, for saying that in California, I feel for you guys back east, and even like freaking Seattle. The videos are just insane, but okay, I went off on a tangent corner there, sorry. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead, pull off the plastic cover, and see what they look like. Okay guys, let's take off this PCV hose first. Now there's two little elephant ear clamps, one on each side, so you're really gonna have to squeeze. Perfect. On the other side. Oh man, it feels good to be working on cars. I don't care if it's a holiday. I always miss it. Perfect. So I am going to go like that and like that. It's off. And there's a hood latch in my face. Okay, next, 2 Acorn 10mm screws. So we're gonna actually make sure, yes, he's off. And we're gonna be very careful not to drop these. Let's see. Okay, that's loose. Let's. Perfect. There's one. Actually, let me just hand that to you. Thank you. Beautiful. And I'll hand that to you again. Thank you. And now this should just lift right off. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, let's get busy on these. Okay guys, serious time. So we're going to be loosening up the pulsation dampener, which is this guy right here, thus relieving pressure on the fuel rail, thus potentially letting gasoline fumes into the air. So that means a couple of things. I'm going to be putting on my glasses because I don't want gas in my eyes, potentially. Always, 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 when you're working with fuel, disconnect the battery. Bad stuff can happen. And also, especially if you're working in, the East or just anywhere in the wintertime, you've maybe got a space heater going, like, trust me, I've got like 2 going right now. Crack the door a little bit. It may let in the cold, but nothing's going to explode. Fumes mixing with propane, just not a bad idea, or not a good idea. Bad idea. We're not reliving, what's that Christmas movie with, what's his face, the bald guy? Niatomas or whatever. Die Hard! Okay, let's move on. I can't believe I remember that. Okay, I've got my glasses on. So I've got my 22-inch open-ended wrench, and I'm going to fit it right here and pull towards me. That was way too long. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of loosen it up here. Okay, let's move on. Okay guys, 3 nuts, 4 bolts. So the nuts, 1, 2, and 3, and then the bolts, the bottom, the black bracket, let's see, the black bracket, the bottom, and I think that's it. Yeah, 4. That 4 and 3 equals 7, so we're good. And these are all 10 millimeter. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this guy. Beautiful. Set that there. And might as well do the bracket. And I'm gonna have to move this over just a little bit so I can get at it. Let's see, turn it upside down here. There we go. Beautiful. And that one, oof, I didn't drop it. Yay. Okay, so now we're gonna do the 3 nuts. And 1. Okay, this one I'm gonna have to take off completely to reach it. Whew. 2. Oh, I almost dropped that. Okay, perfect. Let's move on. Whew. Okay, so we are going to take off this fuel line right here. There we go. So you basically push up, may have to wiggle a little bit, set it to the side. So now the vacuum line, which, ooh, well, that is not a good sign. Okay, you see how it's moist on the tip there? That's gas. Gas isn't supposed to be in a vacuum line, so this isn't good. Okay, I'm gonna leave this for now, and let's just move to the next scene, shall we? Okay guys, so since I saw gas at the tip here, the vacuum line, oops, I just put that into forward. It looks like we're probably gonna need a fuel regulator. So as long as I'm in here, I might as well pop that in today. So what I'm gonna do right now is get it out of the way. I'm not gonna completely disconnect it. We're still working on the injectors, but oh well. No Christmas miracle for the S2K. Okay, so I am going to, yep. So it literally comes off just like that. So, I mean, it's super simple to replace, but basic maintenance. This poor girl hasn't really had a lot of it, unfortunately. Okay, now that everything is pretty much out of the way, I'm gonna lift up the fuel rail and just kind of slip it off the injectors. And so by doing that, it'll make it a lot easier to get to. Beautiful. And like I said, I'm not taking it off completely. It just makes it a lot easier. Perfect. Let's get to those injectors. Okay, he just snorted. Okay, so now we're gonna pull off all 4 clips here. And there's a squeeze, ooh, which, okay, the first one's broken. And the second one's broken. Third one's broken. I'm going for 4, guys. Crap. Oh yeah. Okay, well, unfortunately it looks like all 4 clips are broken. This kind of sucks, but comes with the territory sometimes. So since the injectors seem to be riding up with the fuel rail, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the whole darn thing out. Okay, so first I'm gonna push this out of the way, or hold it out of the way while I do it. And then this should easily lift up. Oh yeah, look at that. There they are. Hi guys. Oh, and I'm leaking. Okay, now we're ready to pull out the injectors, hence the glasses, because we're working with gas. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, so I've got my numbered bags ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, to make sure that they came out of what cylinder they came out of. This is beautiful. Okay, now when you pull something out, especially an injector or something like that, it's your first inclination to shake it, blow on it, try to figure out what's going on with it. In this case, especially if you're going to send it to RC Engineering, do not do this. When you send your injectors to RC Engineering, they do a beginning test and they do a post test. And so you're going to get that data. Now, let's say you did actually clear out the problem with, blowing on it or something like that. You'll never know. See what I'm saying? Okay. So let's go ahead and pull out the first one. Now you want to avoid breaking the clip off here. So what you're going to do is grab it from behind and do a quick pull or a shake or whatever. It was my inclination to blow. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to put it in the first little baggie and there we go. Bag her up. Okay. So there's the first one right there. And now it doesn't matter what order, obviously, because the bags are numbered. It's Christmas. I was up late. Okay, let's pull the second one. And I'm sorry I didn't make any videos about PRI. I was pretty much busy the entire time. My very good friend and mentor, Mike Kojima, was taking me around, and we had an absolute blast. I met so many people, made so many good connections, all of whom were very excited about the soon-to-be K-Swap Catchy. So I can't wait to tell you more about that. And again, I'm sorry I didn't take any pictures, or barely any pictures, but again, I was just too busy talking to people. But next year, I'm going to take my time and walk a little bit more around, because there were so many cool things to see. Okay. And we are still sourcing out a machinist for the motor, so still stay tuned on that one, but it will be done for the season, I promise. Number 3, and the last one. And if you guys are interested, if you're local, I will be at the Beyond City Limits show on the 7th, probably with the Lotus, I'm thinking this time. It's at Ocean Beach. It's going to be cold, as you know what, but we're still going to be there. Probably not with Polly. Okay, guys, all the injectors are pulled. They're bagged. We're going to move on. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and end the video here because obviously we can't really put anything back together until we get the injectors back. So, like you've seen in this video, the first thing I wanted to point out was this was the clip that had broken, what I was talking about when the clips are broken on the connectors. So you can see that one, they basically all fell off. So hopefully we can get a replacement that'll work with what we're working with, so we don't have to replace any of the actual wires or anything like that. So that's number 1. Number 2, we're sending out our little bagged injectors to RC Engineering, so we should get those back probably next week, I'm hoping. Fuel pressure regulator, we're going to be changing that out. And then as soon as the injectors get back, we'll throw them in. We'll see if we even really need to replace the starter. So we'll see what happens there. We'll probably end up replacing it anyway since, we're kind of deep in the guts by now, but hey. So anyway, I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. I hope it's the best ever. I can't believe 2023 is just like mere moments away. And as always, I look forward to talking with you guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and I can't wait to bring you even better content next year. Thank you so much. Take care.